This episode is sponsored by Warner Brothers Discovery Advertising. You've probably seen the headlines, and yeah, there's a lot happening at WBD right now. But here's the thing. Change is happening everywhere. Media planning has never been this complicated. More platforms, more data, more pressure to drive results. And that's what WBD delivers. Iconic stories and the audiences who love them, so your brand shows up in the right place at the right time with real impact. Visit adsales.wbd.com to learn more.
Hi, everyone. I'm Natalie Zafat, contributing editor at Ad Age, and welcome to a custom episode of the Marketer's Brief podcast. From the cultural obsession with Euphoria to the gritty intensity of The Pit, Warner Brothers Discovery and HBO Max are shaping how audiences watch and engage. Today, I'm here with Ryan Gould. Ryan is the president of the U.S. advertising sales go-to market at Warner Brothers Discovery. In today's episode, we'll be talking about how Warner Brothers Discovery is redefining the future of advertising, navigating industry change, rethinking measurement, and creating more meaningful, impactful ways for brands to connect with audiences. Welcome, Ryan. Thanks so much for being here.
Hi, Natalie. It's absolutely my pleasure.
Let's dive in. What does this upfront say about where Warner Brothers Discovery is going versus where the industry has been?
As it relates to this year's upfront, first I want to start with the presentation. We want to exemplify our forward motion. We have a lot to be proud of, from our IP, talent, and content to ad products and innovations. More importantly, as far as the deal-making goes, the industry has been fragmented by platform. Warner Brothers Discovery is unifying across them. We're evolving from being great at selling inventory and impressions to delivering impact and driving outcomes. We approach the market offering a seamless access point across sports, news, entertainment, and streaming. And our structure is designed for audience-first planning, not necessarily channel-based buying. We have a strong emphasis on how culture is defining relevance and driving performance.
Thanks so much, and appreciate you sharing the blueprint there. I wonder if you could speak to how agencies and clients can start to think differently about buying Warner Brothers Discovery inventory going forward.
First and foremost, ease of partnership should be top of mind. We continuously promise to meet our customers where they are. We offer them flexibility and try to operate as experts in their businesses. We'll continue to offer the entirety of our portfolio as one unified marketplace while maintaining the genre expertise across news, sports, and entertainment. I'd ask the market and our clients to think about audience and outcomes first, not necessarily platforms or channels. Products that we've launched like Demo Direct, StreamX, and Neo simplify planning and activation across all of our endpoints and our genres. We should focus as an industry on strategic audiences, outcome, reach, and engagement together, not solely on demo-based impression guarantees. In short, Warner Brothers Discovery is committed to reduce fragmentation and increase efficiency for our buyers.
That leads me to another question, which is this desire and this need to sort of balance this premium storytelling that I think Warner Brothers Discovery is so known for with the need for scale from an advertising perspective. How do you find that balance?
Undoubtedly, premium storytelling drives attention, engagement, and furthermore, culture. The breadth and depth of our portfolio, whether it's a genre mix or the thousands of endpoints, easily help brands achieve scale. When we look at streaming plus linear plus digital, it creates unmatched, unduplicated reach. And our culture-driving IP, as you alluded to in the introduction, expands well beyond traditional TV or a single show. It expands into vast cross-platform ecosystems that we're committed to offering advertisers both impact and reach. We try to balance the relevance of our content with performance of our advertising, and that's a true differentiator. And we're able to leverage multiple tactics in a client-based strategy Whether it's IP alignment to scaled targeting across the entirety of our ecosystem, it significantly scales performance of our campaigns.
I want to talk for a moment about Shop HBO Max. What problem were you solving with that offering?
Yeah, so brands have come to us and they want to move from just awareness to driving action. And while HBO Max drives high engagement across moments, a clutter-free ad experience, Shop with Max layers on that inspirational intent directly with product recommendations and the ability to make purchases. We built Shop with Max to remove as much friction between content and commerce while maintaining a premium user experience. The experience is integrated naturally into scripted storytelling environments as well as unscripted food and home lifestyle content. So Shop with HBO Max allows us to provide measurable outcomes beyond impressions.
And why do you think that aligning brands with specific scenes or themes or even cultural moments is so powerful?
It's so powerful because we've seen relevance drive results. Back to Shop HBO Max, we've seen a 15 times lift in mobile scan rates and a 19% lift in viewer engagement. We've also seen positive return on ad spend for every campaign to date. As it relates to aligning creative to specific scenes or themes, our premium content provides a vast amount of high quality signals across a diverse base of content genres. Whether it's travel content in The White Lotus or Friends or across the travel channel, we're able to align the right message in the right context at the right time. Our Moments product has driven, on average, 23% lift in brand favorability and a 10% lift in purchase intent. So performance improves when brands align with what viewers already care about, and Moments product enhances an already premium experience instead of interrupting it.
We are going to take a quick break with a word from our sponsor.
This episode is sponsored by Warner Brothers Discovery Advertising. You know those moments in entertainment when you're not just watching, you're feeling it? That's what Warner Brothers Discovery delivers to audiences every day. From the roar of live sports arenas to the clash of dragon-ruled kingdoms, from the front lines of breaking news to the heartbeat of busy kitchens, WBD Advertising combines this incredible IP with modern ad tech and a partner-first mindset to turn this cultural tension into real connection and measurable conversion. Visit adsales.wbd.com to learn more.
And we're back. Ryan, I was just thinking about the live sports world, and I was wondering if you could speak to how live sports continues to differentiate Warner Brothers Discovery in this increasingly on-demand world we live in.
It's no secret that live sports deliver real-time attention at scale. In the 25-26 upfront cycle, we saw sports really move that market. So we approached the marketplace from a position of strength by leveraging our sports portfolio. Not only do we leverage our vast portfolio of live events, but we also leverage Bleacher Report and House of Highlights as a force multiplier across these cultural moments, not only amplifying the in-game experience, but also extending well beyond the game into an always-on conversation. Sports will continue to offer a premium environment for brand messaging. And like I said, it's a core pillar to our go-to-market strategy. So said simply, sports is definitely here to stay.
And let's zero in for a moment on women's leagues. How do you think about women's leagues as both a cultural responsibility and a growth opportunity?
At Warner Brothers Discovery and TNT Sports, we have a long-term view on women's sports and don't look at the movement as a short-term trend. I want to mention our partnership with Unrivaled, which we're actually an equity investor in. We're seeing audience growth is real and accelerating across Unrivaled in all women's sports, both live in attendance in stadiums and arenas across the country, but also across all media platforms. The engagement levels are strong, and more importantly, they're authentic. Brands want to align with inclusive, modern fandom in women's sports. It also expands our sports strategy to be year-round, supporting our always-on TNT sports strategy. So what we're finding is the cultural relevance plus the commercial upside is a perfect mix, and we're so happy and proud to be a player in women's sports.
I think there's certainly this feeling that the industry is in a period of change and consolidation. I wonder if you could give us a little bit of a lens into what questions you are hearing the most from the market.
Sure. We're definitely fielding questions around the pending deal, which is understandable. Clients want consistency and predictability. And frankly speaking, since the pandemic, our industry hasn't offered either. But that's okay. There's a ton of opportunity in the evolution of our industry and our company. And frankly, we're excited about it. Outside of the deal, clients are asking for easy access to scale and premium content with a need for simplified buying solutions across all platforms. There's an overwhelming focus on measurement and a demand for accountability across currencies. And then audience segmentation and creative versioning are beginning to really take shape in our industry, and clients are asking us how we're responding to such. And we feel like Warner Brothers Discovery is well positioned given the breadth and depth of our content offering, the multitude of audiences that we reach, and the ad product suite that we've developed over the past few years. There's always a renewed emphasis on continuity and long-term partnerships, which is reassuring as Warner Brothers Discovery and the team remain laser focused on execution and delivering for our clients.
And I would be remiss not to address at some point in our conversation the idea of measurement and the fact that legacy third-party measurement hasn't always been consistent or reflective of real consumer behavior. How is Warner Brothers Discovery responding to that reality?
Yeah, I just want to reiterate on the question, and you framed it up nicely. Our clients want accurate measurement that reflects real behavior. And I believe that that's a simple ask. There's an overwhelming disappointment with the volatility around currency, especially since a fair amount of deals are negotiated on an annual cycle as it relates to the broadcast year upfront cycle. So at Warner Brothers Discovery, we remain agnostic to measurement and currency solutions, and we support optionality in the marketplace. Cross-platform viewing requires modern solutions. That's why we've launched specific products like StreamX, a seamless way to buy across all of our platforms. We continue to invest not only in targeting capabilities that offer impression delivery outside of traditional demo guarantees, focusing on strategic audiences, but we're also investing in outcome-based measurement with the goal of providing our clients with always-on attribution solutions and performance tools to optimize against the client's specific KPIs and outcomes. With that, we'll continue our renowned focus on transparency and accountability. I don't think that this industry will allow media owners to grade their own homework, but we definitely need to push forward as it relates to measurement and currency. So as we move conversations from impressions in the market to results, we've designed our solutions and our go-to-market strategy to build off the long-term trust that we've established with our advertisers in the market to find a better way.
It's obviously a very unique inflection point, I think, for Warner Brothers Discovery for so many reasons that we talked about today. How do you see Warner Brothers Discovery's role evolving over the next few years?
Yeah, I want to start from a consumer perspective. Warner Brothers Discovery will continue to create and deploy unmatched storytelling across all platforms and shape culture across news, sports, and entertainment. From a B2B perspective, we'll continue to meet our clients where they are. We'll remain interoperable and agnostic from a tech perspective, and we'll maintain a long-term view as it relates to partnership. We'll continue to evolve our premium video marketplace, overlaying simplicity, allowing buyers to access the full breadth and depth of our portfolio, and we'll balance storytelling with performance. We'll continue to push on innovation across commerce and contextual, and we're really committed on building cross-platform access to strategic audiences at scale to not only solve the measurement and currency conundrum, but more importantly, deliver outcomes alongside guaranteed impressions. We really want to be that long-term partner for brands that are navigating change just like we are.
Well, that is all the time we have for today. Ryan, thank you again so much for your time and for the wonderful insights.
Absolutely my pleasure. Thanks for having me. Talk soon.
Thanks again to our audience for tuning in today. Be sure to subscribe to the Marketer's Brief podcast on your favorite platform. We'll keep it brief, or at least short enough for you to finish before your next meeting. Thanks for tuning in.